You could have water for all of that land, water for your forests. You know, your forests are dry as a bone.
Yeah.
Okay?
Dangerous.
That water could be routed. You know, you could have everything. Oh, not only dangerous, billions of dollars a year they spend on forest fires. And, you know, there's a case with the environment. They're not allowed to rake their forests because you're not allowed to touch it. When a tree falls down, after 18 months, it becomes very dry. It's like, you know, like real firewood. It's bad. You know, a tree that's up, these are all things I learned the hard way, the easy way. But when a tree is up, it sucks water. It's wet. I went to they had a couple of horrible forest fires in California, and I said, you know, you got a lot of trees standing. Yes, they were healthy trees, sir. I said, with this intense heat, that you could see they were charred a little bit on the bottom, but they were going to be all right because they're soaking wet because they suck up the water, right? But when they fall,
Right.
they're like, you know, it's like lighting a match.
Yeah.
And you got to be able to clean. They call it maintain your forest. So I was
Yeah.
with the head of Austria. He said, you know, it's a shame. I see all those forest fires in California, and all they have to do is clean their forest, meaning rake it up, get rid of the leaves, get rid of, you know, leaves that are sitting there for 5 years. And
We'll certainly
you know,
get rid of the dead fall.
and get rid of the trees that are fallen
Yeah.
that you know, are like so many things this country. By the way,
Could you
I
really
had it
rake the
all
whole
done.
forest, though? I don't think you could rake the whole forest.
you could-
I think you can get rid of the deadfall, but raking all
you
the
could
leaves.
certainly get rid of the dead. Okay,
Yeah, I think that's the real issue,
You know,
is the deadfall.
environmentally, they don't want to do that. They don't. They said, you know, it's got to be nature and all this stuff. But in the meantime, this is exactly
Yeah.
right. But you could have so. It was the Department of Commerce that needed the approvals, but Gavin Newsom had to sign them. I got it all done. Nobody could believe it. It was all done.